Why do y'all want to talk about New Year's resolutions so bad? Why are you asking me about where I'm at with mine? Where are you at with yours? No, no, no. Worry about yours.
And while she's sitting around running around talking about my husband and the father of my children, and she spends her weekends peddling through sperm banks, looking through catalogs to try to find a donor. Now check that.
All right, so I guess I do kind of owe y'all an update on this because I told you I would update you. So, how are mine going? Okay. They are going okay. I'm doing better in some aspects than I am in others. Let me break it down for you. I set out to do 4 specific things in this first 3 months of the year, January to March. Yeah, January, February, March. First thing was to pay my bills for the week on Sunday at 3 p.m. That one is going okay. It's like middle because it's a hit or miss. I either remember to do it or completely forget and do it throughout the week. Now, most of my bills have been paid on time, but I definitely could do better on that one. Second thing was my saving plan. I had a set amount that I was going to put aside each paycheck and put that in my savings to save a certain amount at the end of the year. That a-okay. I've been saving every single week and I'm doing pretty good with my savings. So I'm on my way to my goal. Next, we have keeping track of my spending. That one I tried. I really tried. I really did try. But I just couldn't. I just didn't. Not that I couldn't. I didn't keep up with it. I did it for January, started it for February, but then didn't do it. Told myself I was going to do it in March and then didn't. So now it's April. It's still the beginning, so I have a chance to still do it and just catch myself up. That one was probably one of the worst. And lastly, I gave myself rewards and incentives to try and incentivize myself to pay my bills on time and stick to my plan. That one didn't do it all. I didn't even keep track. But personally, I think that one was unnecessary. So I'm really not counting it. It was just an extra added bonus. Like I told myself, if all my bills are paid on time for the month, I would get a trip to TJ Maxx where I could buy something or get my toes done. And I didn't do either of those things. Now, that is how January through March went for me in terms of New Year's resolutions. So, I think I did okay. Like I said, could have done better at some things, but here we are. The next 3 months, my plan is to start training with my dog, my booby, as I call her. My plan is to first and foremost reinforce the rules that fell behind last quarter. So, really holding myself accountable for paying my bills every Sunday at 3 p.m. for the week and keeping track of what I'm spending. My plan is to reinforce those two things because the other one I feel like I have down pat. So if I can get better at those two, then I'll feel like all of this was worth it. I'm giving myself another chance to do what I told myself I came here to do. But like I said before, I am going into this with a plan so that I can't fail. So my plan is to train her 3 times a week for 30 minutes a day. I want to stick to 2 new tricks a week. Unless I feel like she might need some more training with some, then I can just repeat it for like 2 weeks. Another part of my plan is to search on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or wherever on how to teach your dogs these tricks so I have some kind of guidance so I'm not just going in with it blind. You'd be surprised how many people just put videos out there on how they trained their dog to do a certain trick. I'm going to use the free resources that I have to train her to the best of my abilities. Now, with that research, I'm going to keep in mind that she is a Doberman, and Dobermans are a very specific kind of dog. So if I can find videos on how to specifically train a Doberman on these things, then I'm going to follow those because she's a different breed, okay? Literally and figuratively. Like, she's her own personality. she's a Leo and she's going to let you know that she's the center of attention. So definitely going to see if I can try and stick with breed specific training. She wants to be in the camera, clearly. Yes, hello. Part of that training, though, another thing I want to incorporate is training her outside or in public, because I don't want her to only be able to do these tricks and listen when it's just us in the house. So once I feel like we've gotten certain tricks down, then we can definitely move to other areas and train her elsewhere. So overall, for the first quarter, I would say I did okay. I would put myself at like 65% out of 100, which is barely passing, but we're working on it. But I think what's important for this process for me is to not be so hard on myself, because I am still learning and trying to figure out if this is really... Okay, girl. Hey. Hello. Trying to figure out if this is really something that could be sustainable for me for even next year. I still have time to perfect my financial plan from quarter one while I'm moving to quarter two. So that's exactly what I'm doing. It was good for me to do this though, because trial and error, Now I can kind of see where I might have did too much, or I can apply more effort. So I'm using quarter one to better myself for the rest of the year. Now, I did want to mention that I made a slight change to the schedule for my New Year's resolutions. I crossed out 2 of the ones that I had. If you remember, I had 6. So I was doing 2 months, but I changed it to 4 for every 3 months, because I wanted to give myself another month to perfect my financial plan. And honestly, I think that was for the best, because 2 months flew. It was not enough time. So the 2 that I got rid of were making things from scratch from home and creating a cleaning schedule for myself and my house. But I didn't just X them out completely. Planning on still doing those things, just not dedicating a chunk of the year to doing them. Like, I am still making certain things from scratch, and I'm going to continue doing that and perfecting those and creating a cleaning schedule. I can always just like sit down on a Sunday and create one, like do some research on it and create one, and just follow that and stick to that going forward. So it's not necessarily something I need to dedicate a whole 2 to 3 months on. So that being said, my final New Year's resolutions are training my dog, creating a workout and yoga routine, which, if you didn't know, has been put on pause because I fractured my toe. So that will probably be closer to the end of the year. Creating a morning routine. And then the 4th one was the financial plan. So that is what the rest of my year will look like. And that is the update. I wish it were better. But we'll see. I'm not married to this idea. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And if it doesn't, I already have a plan for next year that my friend was talking to me about when she was doing her New Year's resolutions. So I can try that instead, because she's killing the game and it seems like it's working for her. So we'll see how mine goes, and then we'll go from there. If you have any questions, or if you're also trying this method, let me know in the comments, and I would love to chit chat with y'all about it. I'm a chit chatter, so as my boyfriend says, certified yapper. Let me know what your New Year's resolutions are, how they're going. Are you keeping up with them? Yeah, I'm asking now, because y'all in my business, so I'm gonna be in your business. Good luck with the rest of your goals for quarter 2. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it done. Okay, bye.